Hello, I'm Heather.
And I'm Ryan.
Welcome to the podcast. It's game night, it's sibling rivalry, it's a walk down memory lane, but most importantly, it's politics free.
Guaranteed.
Welcome to round 7 of Trial by Trolley. Real quick, the game instructions are the same for every episode of this game. If you're following along or this is not your first Trial by Trolley episode, skip ahead about 2.5 minutes if you don't want to listen to the whole thing again. Here's how it works. We have a set of cards. On each one is either an innocent or a guilty party. For example, on a guilty card, we might see a bunch of mafia thugs. And on an innocent card, we might see the world's greatest physicist. Now, imagine we are conducting a trolley and we're coming up to a split track. We can't stop the trolley. We have to switch it onto one of the tracks, but there is someone or something tied to each track. No matter which way we go, we are going to kill someone or destroy something. At first glance, the choice may seem simple. Using our example above, it would be easy for us to say, run over the mafia thugs and save the physicist. But there's a catch. And this is where we bring in the modifier cards. The modifier cards contain handy statements such as, killing them will release the 13 kids they have trapped in their basement, and would literally give you the shirt off their back. Now, if the world's greatest physicist has 13 kids trapped in their basement, and the mafia thugs would literally give you the shirt off their back, maybe the choice is no longer quite so clear. So here's what we're going to do. First, I'll read Ryan his cards, letting him know who or what is tied to each of the tracks, and he'll have to explain to me who he saves and doesn't save and why. Then we'll throw in the modifier cards and see if that doesn't change his mind at all. Then we'll switch it around and it'll be my turn. The scoring is entirely subjective. We can choose to reward or not reward each other however many points we want, and the other person just has to suck it up. Whoever scores the most points wins the ever-coveted Gloating Rights trophy.
Until we play again.
It should be noted that we are playing a modified version of this game because the correctly played version was too difficult for me to translate into podcast form. Also, once again, the game is called Trial by Trolley. It is sold by Skybound Games and is available at store.skybound.com. Link in the show notes. They are not a sponsor. The current running score is Ryan, 466, Heather, 466.
Oh my God, it's a close game.
That's right, Ryan. We did just record that already, and now we're re-recording it, which is why that sounded so insincere.
Well, it sounded insincere to begin with, to be fair.
Ryan, are you ready for your cards? Nope. You're giving me my cards first.
Nope, I think you're giving me my cards first.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Heather's cards right there first.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold it.
Uh-huh.
We're on round 7, right?
Yes. Do you want to do...
We're going to alternate. So it's going to be your turn to read me my cards first.
No.
Yes.
What? No, because you've had 6 rounds of going first.
No.
So now I'm going to have the last 4 rounds of going first.
Heather.
Let's hash this out.
Heather, I'm trying so hard for you to win a game.
I know, but you're taking it to extremes. It's not even realistic. It doesn't even feel good. It's not a victory.
Let me do this for you. Merry Christmas. Happy birthday.
All right, you know what? Fine. Ryan, are you ready for your cards that are really my cards because I lost this argument somehow?
Yes.
Yes. Great.
On
On track number 1, Ross from Friends.
Mm-hmm.
On track number 2, a peeping Tom on the way to your house.
Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to run over Ross because a peeping Tom on the way to my house is going to be punishment enough for him seeing me naked.
You know you have 3 women that live in the house with you, right?
Yeah,
Probably
but
that's what he's more interested in.
Coming,
I'm just going to throw that out there.
He's coming to peep on me in this world.
Doesn't say that.
He's on the way to my house to peep on me.
Well, you're a terrible husband and father.
Okay. All right. I'll run over the peeping Tom because you're right. It doesn't specify.
Yeah, Ross from Friends, by the way, is a fictional character. So,
well, so is the peeping Tom on the way to my house. I'm just saying.
No, peeping Toms are a real thing.
Yeah, but
they're a real thing.
This peeping Tom on the way to my house is a fictional character. How many peeping Toms do I have coming over to my house, Heather? None.
Well, you don't know that. They're peeping Toms. They're very crafty. Well, Ryan, I've heard your argument, but what happens when we add the modifier cards?
Modifier cards.
On track number 1, Ross from Friends starts every sentence with, nope, that's not on this podcast. On track number 1, Ross from Friends.
I think you should go back with the original one. Ross from Friends.
The original one.
Hold on, wait.
Every sentence with.
Begins every sentence with, nope, not on this podcast. I thought that was the card.
The actual card says something I can't say. Here, I'll say it to you, but then I'll have to beep it out. Starts every sentence with. So, can't say that on this podcast. And then the second card was which could get into a hot topic stuff. So, Let's try the third modifier card.
Okay.
On track number 1, Ross from Friends is literally always turned on.
Oh my God.
I don't know what that means. Like on the TV? Or they're just on. They're on. Or is it sexual?
Bless your heart.
Okay, you know what? Do we have to go to a dictionary this early in the episode? Turned on has many definitions.
Heather, if Ross from Friends is always turned on, there's only one implication there. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, Ryan, on track number 2, a peeping Tom on the way to your house
is not always turned on, apparently.
Literally will not stop talking about the new fad diet they're trying out.
Oh, then I know he's there. He's like, hey, guys, you know keto? I'm doing keto right now. Where the fuck did you come from?
And shut up and stop spying on us.
Yeah, you know, I think I'm still going to run over the peeping Tom. I mean, poor Ross and his raging hard on. Poor guy. He can always tuck it.
Does that work? Does it?
You know what? I can't speak from experience, Heather. That's weird.
Well, you started it. Anyways, I'll give you, 10 points for that. Let's continue. Ryan, are you ready for your next 2 cards?
Yes.
Excellent. On track number 1, a bunch of teens solving a mystery. On track number 2, a little girl bringing treats to her grandmother. Who do you save? Who do you kill with your trolley?
You know, they're all a bunch of good people. And I'm gonna have to pick the girl bringing treats to her grandmother just because, you know, it's one life versus a bunch of lives. And who knows, maybe those teens solving a mystery are gonna find the person dressed up as a ghoul that's been scaring the middle school.
They probably will. Well, Ryan, I see where you're coming from there. But what happens when we add
the modifier
cards? The modifier cards. On track number 1, a bunch of teens solving a mystery is totally down if you're down, no pressure.
Heather, what does that mean?
On track number 2, A little girl bringing treats to her grandmother never wants to see you again.
Perfect. It just made it a lot easier to run her over.
Did it?
It is. You know what? Now I'm doing her a favor because she'll never have to see me again. And I'm still saving a bunch of lives.
All right, but they're totally down if you're down. No pressure, heavy air quotes. I feel like that's pressure.
I'm not down, so, no pressure. They get to go on living and solve their mystery and go do whatever it is that a bunch of teens do while solving mysteries. I know 2 of them are up to some things, if you know what I mean.
Okay, 14 points for that one. And now, Ryan, we approach your final set of cards in this round of Trial by Trolley. I'm practicing my game show announcer voice. All right. On track number 1, the world's deadliest arsonist. On track number 2, a surprise birthday party for you.
Well,
who are you going to bash through with your trolley?
It's not much of a surprise anymore, apparently, because I know about it.
Yeah, they fucked that up.
I'm going to go run over the world's deadliest arsonist and not have my surprise birthday party because no one ever throws me surprise birthday parties, so that'll never happen.
Is that a hint to people who may be listening? People you may know who would be in a position to give you a surprise party? There's a whole long majority of a year to go before that's going to happen for you. Well, it's not that far after your birthday. They could still do it. Do a belated one.
Yeah.
We once did a surprise party for a friend of mine a month prior to her birthday.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember why. I think it was because we really wanted it to be a surprise, and we figured if we tried to do it on or around her birthday, she would figure it out. So we're like, hey, whole month in advance, she'll never see it coming. Mm-hmm. And it worked great. But then I got very confused, and forever after that thought that the month earlier date was her actual birthday.
Yeah.
So I had graduated. I called into school. I was like, hey, happy birthday. When she called me back, she's like, yeah, my birthday's in like a month. I was like, oh, fuck. Fuck that up.
That's awesome.
Anyway.
I ruined someone's surprise birthday party, which was great.
Oh, that is so awesome. I want to hear that story because, spoiler alert, that's the story I asked for on Reddit. And second spoiler alert, 0 responses this week.
Oh.
All right, but save it for story hour, okay?
Okay, story hour.
All right. Well, it's not an hour. It's a story, couple of minutes. Even though I just told a story, it's being unfair. Whatever. On track number 1, Ryan, modifier cards.
Modifier cards time.
Modifier cards.
Modifier
On track number
cards.
1. On track number 1, the world's deadliest arsonist has secretly stolen $10 from you every day for the last 10 years.
That's where all my money's been going.
On track number 2, a surprise birthday party for you. A selfless hero will give their own life to push this person off the tracks.
Well, I mean, he's going to be wasting all that effort because I'm still running over the deadliest arsonist. He's going to be like, no! Push everybody off the tracks, and I'm just going to be like, I'm going down the other rail, dude. And I'll give him a slow clap as I drive by.
That is so nice of you. I'm going to give you 10 points for that answer. Hey, by the way,
yes,
Ryan,
I
can't remember if I told you, but I'm awarding you 14 points for the last set.
Yes.
I think I skipped that part.
No,
I did tell you? Okay.
Oh, you did tell me. Did you, predetermine how many points you were going to give me?
No.
Okay.
I honestly didn't. I just thought, you know what? I'd like it to end on a 10 so that it makes it easier mathematically for me.
Gotcha. Heather, are you ready for your cards?
Yeah.
On track number 1, a family of cannibal hillbillies. On track number 2, the New England Patriots starting lineup. Who do you save and why?
Well, Ryan, I am going to save a family of cannibal hillbillies, okay? Because it's the New England Patriots and they can die. And I originally had intended for this to be your card because I knew that you would save the New England Patriots like an asshole.
Heather.
And I was going to give you negative points for the first time. That was my whole plan. And you fucking ruined it.
Why?
At the start of this episode.
Why didn't you just let me have the cards above? You ruined it yourself.
Well,
I could have.
Yeah, I did. Yep, that's a really good idea there. That would have been thinking on my feet, but that's not what I did, is it? And that's because I woke up from having fallen asleep for the night to come to this recording. We have got to figure out an earlier time to do this.
My God, Heather, just
right.
just a couple more weeks, Heather. Just a couple more weeks. My schedule should go back to normal.
I shouldn't give you a hard time. You're just doing your job.
All right, Heather.
But that's my answer.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. But how would you feel if you threw in the modifier
cards?
Yes.
I don't know, Ryan. Let's see. On track number 1, a family of cannibal hillbillies is holding your computer. Okay. That's nice of them.
Remember, this is the computer that you do all your podcasting on. Continue.
Yeah, and look.
Continue.
Okay, on track number 2, the New England Patriots starting lineup will one day discover the secret to eternal youth. Yeah, they still die. I'm still running over the New England Patriots.
Well, you know what, Heather? I tell you what. Family is thicker than blood. Is that how the saying goes?
Nope, that's the same thing. Family is blood. They're one and the same.
Heather, the point is you're my family, and I support you.
Thank you.
Even though I think that your answer is really dumb, but you know what, Heather?
Yeah.
I understand how passionate you are about football. I don't understand why, but I get it.
Thank you.
So I will award you 20 points.
Go Bills.
All right, Heather.
Yes.
On track number 1, a whole village of Amish people who, hey, you live by the Amish. A whole village of Amish people who don't believe in trolleys. On track.
For the record, the actual Amish are aware of the existence of trolleys. Continue.
These ones don't believe in the trolleys.
Okay.
On track number 2, another trolley full of people. Who do you save and why?
Whew. I am going to save the Amish, Ryan, because the Amish are good people, okay? I live right by the Amish. They are the most peaceful, unobtrusive, gentle people. They're really wonderful. And another trolley full of people, there's going to be some shitty people in there. They can die. I don't care.
Hey, you know what? The Amish look at you funny when you show up on their farm on Sunday. I'll tell you what. Looking to buy a jam.
Yeah, because it's Sunday. They don't do anything on Sunday. They sit on their porch and judge people. That's what they do on Sunday.
I know.
It's the Lord's Day.
You remember when you took us to the Amish farm to go buy jam, Heather, on Sunday?
I forgot that it was Sunday.
All right, Heather.
All right.
But would you change your answer to the modifier cards?
Oh, you mean the modifier cards?
Yeah.
I don't know, Ryan. On track number 1, a whole village of Amish people who don't believe in trolleys guessed exactly how Game of Thrones was going to end and is so smug about it.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either. Nobody saw that coming, and it was a shit show. On track number 2, another trolley full of people is actually a KGB sleeper agent.
Oh, damn.
I'm still saving the Amish. We've got KGB going on there. That's scary. Plus, you can be smug about that Game of Thrones thing. I mean, you predicted the worst ending in all of TV history. So, I mean, there's that. You can be smug about that if you want. But the Amish are so nice in general that I will allow them to be smug about Game of Thrones, the show they've never seen because they don't watch TV, but somehow predicted the end of accurately.
Well done, Heather. I will award you 15 points for that.
Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome. Are you ready for your next cards?
Yes, I am.
On track number 1, a group of volunteers cleaning the trolley tracks.
A lot of blood spatter and brains on those trolley tracks at this point.
On track number 2, an angry mob about to burn an innocent woman as a witch. Who do you save and why?
Oof. Well, here's the rub, Rye.
Mm-hmm.
If I run over the angry mob, the innocent woman's gonna die anyway. But I guess I don't know. If I'm just thinking like, what seems preferable as a way to die? Suddenly being hit by a fast-moving trolley or burning to death? It feels like I'm going to have a faster death if I get hit by a trolley. So since I'm killing her anyway, but I'm also killing the angry mob, it's not going to be as horrible a death. And I can't kill the volunteers cleaning the trolley tracks because I couldn't clean the trolley tracks. I'd be barfing all over the place. These trolley tracks are morbid, man. I guess I'm going to hit the angry mob about to burn an innocent woman as a witch.
Who says the innocent woman as a witch is on the tracks?
Maybe she's off the tracks and only the mob's on the tracks.
She's probably off the tracks. It's probably just the angry mob you're running over.
Okay. In that case, I'm definitely running over the angry mob.
Oh, good. But would you change your mind?
With the modifier cards?
With the modifier cards.
I don't know, Ryan. Let's find out. On track number 1, a group of volunteers cleaning the trolley tracks is getting married tomorrow.
Oh. So, like,
on track number 2.
2 people then?
So I don't know. Well, there's a group of people getting married tomorrow. We don't know to whom or under what circumstances, Ryan. But that's a happy day for all involved, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
On track number 2, an angry mob about to burn an innocent woman as a witch has a 50% chance to survive and gain trolley-themed superpowers.
Oh, my God.
Well, I tell you what, that did not change my answer. I'm still going to hit that angry mob.
Well done, Heather. And for
Thank you.
that, I award you 20 points.
Amazing. Well, Ryan, you know what I forgot to do completely was give your running total earlier like I usually do. So let's go. First of all, in this round, 34 points is what you scored.
Oh, wow.
That brings your running total up to 500 exactly.
Oh, my gosh. Did you do that on purpose? You did that on purpose. I wasn't even thinking. Heather, I want to change your 15 points to 14 points. Heather, I want to change your 15 points to 19 points.
Okay, I'll take that too. Let's see here. So that gives me 59 points on the round, which means I won this round once again. Why gloat? It's all fixed anyway. But that brings my total to more math than I can do, Ryan. Let's see. Just 1 second.
525 points. Or 515. One or the other.
525 points for me.
Right the first time. I'm proud of me.
You did it. All right. Now, as gone over, my planned question, when did a planned surprise go horribly wrong for you and what happened, was answered by nobody on Earth, or at least on Reddit. But Ryan does have a story, so bro, let's hear it.
Well, Heather, back in the day when we lived in L.A., I forget the guy's name, but someone came to me and was like, hey, be at, I forget what room they told me to be at. They told me to be at a specific room at 6 p.m. And my dinner time was like at 5:30. So I was sitting there eating, and we'll just call the guy Michael. His name was Michael. So we're sitting there eating, and all of a sudden, it dawns on me, right? Because I totally lost track of time. I was like, oh, gasp! What time is it? And someone was like, oh, it's 5:59. And I was like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta go to Michael's surprise birthday party. And then there was just kind of silence. And then Michael, who was sitting at the table across from me, turned around and looked at me. And I was like, oh, God. And then I backed my chair up real fast. I was up against a wall that was full of picture frames. And I backed up against this wall real hard, and one picture frame fell, and it was a domino effect, and it hit picture frame after picture frame as they all came crashing down to the ground. And I'm just sitting there staring at Michael right in the eyes as there's just gish, 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 behind me. And a whole silent cafeteria of people just staring at me. And I just took my dishes and I walked away and I bust them and I never went to Michael's surprise birthday party.
Were the glass was the glass in the frames just shattering as they fell? Because that would be even funnier to look back on.
No, they were like all like the posters, but with like no glass in them. Fortunately for me, so there was no shattering glass behind me, but that would have made it even more hilarious.
Well, he gets to look back on that as the time his surprise was completely ruined by a buffoon in the cafeteria.
Good times.
All right. Well, so I did go hunting on Reddit to find some more stories. So this is, of course, inspired by the surprise birthday party card from the game. What are your stories of surprise parties gone wrong was the question, and here are some of the answers. Apparently, they could answer this person's question, but not mine.
How dare they?
From Spheriani. In high school, I was responsible for keeping a friend busy while her parents set everything up at their house for the party. We get back to her house. All lights are off. She walks in the door and announces, I have to take a huge shit. Lights turn on. Surprise! Embarrassment ensues.
Perfect.
From Walrus Gumboot. A girl I was dating in high school set up a surprise birthday party for me, but chose to not invite most of my good friends because she didn't like them. Well, they caught wind of this party and took me out for some drinks instead, as their own birthday surprise. This was before cell phones, so she didn't have a way to get in touch with me to make up a reason to get me back to her house. Halfway through the night, one of them spills the whole story, and I decide it's wise to make a rather late appearance. It was very awkward walking into a room of her drunken friends with her crying in the bathroom. From Just Sunshine. My friends, family, and coworkers planned a surprise birthday party for me at my house. In order to give everyone time to get there and get set up, my coworkers had my boss ask me to stay late at work, quote, because we might have an emergency project to do tonight. So 5 p.m. rolls around and everybody heads home, really to my house. I sit around, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., finally text the boss that I'm headed out unless she really needs me to stay. Turns out she was supposed to have me go home at 5:30, quote, because the project didn't pan out. Since I figure my evening is shot anyway, I head to the grocery store, pick up the dry cleaning, drop off the recycling, etc. I walk in my door around 8:45, 9 p.m. to find all my friends, family, and coworkers drunk in my house. They were all a bit too in their cups to muster a coordinated surprise, but I figured it out. Ended up having a blast.
Well, that's nice.
That turned out good. From Captain Howarth. My friend got back from deployment. It was my job to take him out and keep him away whilst they prepared his house. When we arrive, everyone jumps out. Friend reacts automatically, punching someone in the face. And throwing himself out the door at the same time. 2 chipped teeth and a sprained wrist. Well, he just got back from deployment.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he has an excuse. From 5 How Time, which I think was probably supposed to be Showtime, but oh well.
I think it was supposed to be Showtime, Heather.
Went to one of those surprise parties where more and more people show up to a restaurant until the whole party is there. Turns out that a couple who were in our group of friends were in the same section having the divorce talk. Thing is, they hadn't been invited because they fought so much it was tough to be around them. It's like the worst. Oh, my goodness. Well, that is it. That's all the stories that we have. I will ask for only one thing this time. Just keep telling people about the podcast. If we're giving you a good time, if you feel like it's of value to you, give back by spreading the word. Word up. And other than that, have an excellent, wonderful, pleasant, most fantastic week.
And till we play again.
And till we play again. That's how we're going to go with that. Give it to me one more time.
Until we play again.